What's up, my fellow YouTubers? Um, last night I finally watched this because it was on sale. Like when movies like these first come out, um, they want like a ridiculous amount of money for them, like 25. I've even seen the new Exorcist. They wanted $30 for it, and people were saying it was garbage anyways. Don't get it. Um, but I saw this one for like $20, $25, and I said, no way, I'm going to get it for $20, $25. What if it sucks? You know what I mean? He's getting older. We all know what his famous things are, right? I don't know who you are, but I will find you, right? That's his famous. I mean, there's no replacing Taken, but for the most part, like most of his movies have always been about, right, him getting back at somebody that's being a dick to him, right? And this is no different. And I was like, okay, it's an hour and a half. I'm not paying that much for it, right? So then I went to like the Black Friday sales, and I saw it was on. I think if you have Game Pass, it's for like $8. So I said, yeah, let's try it out. And I watched it last night, and I wasn't disappointed. I didn't like the storyline because too kind of predictable, right? Okay, he's with his kids in the car. There's a bomb in the car. If he leaves the car, it's gonna explode, right? That's kind of like similar to Speed, right? With the bus, if the bus dips down below a certain amount, it's gonna explode, and it's Sandra Bullock with the other dude, and part two they get married and it's on a boat, right? It's the same kind of idea, right? So that means that the whole friggin' movie is gonna be in a car, right? He can't get out of the fucking car because it's going to explode. This movie's going to suck, right? But then I said, okay, I'll give it a try. I paid, $8 for it. Gave it a try, and I liked it. It was pretty cool. It was because it wasn't just about him in the car. It was the relationship with his wife, how it was his relationship with his kids. He's like the stepfather, but he's also rich, so he screwed people over, right? And so it's like trying to find out who's threatening him the whole time. And I guess if you've seen like a million fucking movies, you can almost figure it out. But no, I guess it's kind of a spoiler. So if you want to get spoiled, just don't watch this. But okay, I'm warning you. This is a spoiler alert. Okay, but it doesn't make sense, yet it does. Okay, there's if you go back in time, the whole movie's set so that it's kind of like, who is it? It's the voice is disguised. I was actually thinking, and I think they did this on purpose. I thought it was the black woman that was approaching him and dropped her gun, because when she dropped her gun, they showed her dropping her gun, putting her hands up. I said, oh, this is it. This is the one. And she's confronting him, and she knows information about him that normally people would know. And I'm thinking, oh, this is her. This is it. And it wasn't, right? But it's supposed to get you thinking that, oh, maybe it's her, and then that's the twist. It wasn't, and he basically gets his kids to go, out of the car. They rip all the doors open. Then he says, "That's it. I'm gonna find you, right? I'm gonna find the guy that's been threatening me, right?" He finally goes away, and then he stops somewhere, and there's a guy in a like a lamb costume, the same costume that the Wyatt family used to have, dressing like, and he stops and looks at him, and that's the guy. He gets in the back seat, right? And he goes, he takes off his mask, and it's kind of surprising, yet it kind of isn't. It's the same guy that's his friend that he was told to kill. Now here's where it doesn't make sense, and I think they knew that making it. They figured by the time you figure out who it is, you're not going to remember that, wait a minute, as he's being told to kill his friend, he's being told that by the same guy that was his friend, while his friend's in the car going like this. So if his friend's not talking and he's in the car doing this, how could he be talking to him saying, kill him now, right? He's in the car. How could he be talking to him while he's in the car going like this? So then what happens is, the train goes in front of him, and then by the time the train leaves, the car blows up, right? So he's supposed to be dead. But really, when the train came, that's when he left the car, right? So then the car explodes. So it almost makes sense, save for the fact that he was talking to him to kill him, and it's supposed to be him. Okay, unless you're a ventriloquist, right? You couldn't be talking to him at the same time having your hands up in the car, right? If you've seen this, you know what I mean. Other than that, it's forgivable because it was still a good movie. It still had a lot of like hype, a lot of really good stuff. The only other thing that really doesn't make sense is okay, his only ambition of fucking his friend over is because his friend fucked him over, and he's getting back at him, right? But that doesn't explain him being a serial bomber and going after all these other people, right? Like, why go after all these other people when the stick up your ass is about your own best friend? Um, so in a lot of ways, it doesn't make sense, but the basic story is still a good twist, and it's still your classic Liam Neeson, right? Okay, you're fucking with my family. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna kill you. Classic Liam Neeson, and 71 years old or not, he still has it. Fuck it. I'm a huge Liam Neeson fan, but I like the movie. It wasn't my favorite Liam Neeson movie, obviously. You know, um, obviously, the Taken series was my favorite, and a lot of other people's favorite. But Cold Pursuit was another one, and there was one of them where Honest Thief. It was actually done in Worcester, Massachusetts, which is like the next couple towns over from where I live, and it was man, my father, before he died, he was in the hospital, and he said, "Hey, they're filming a movie." So that was the movie. So in the movie, you could actually see the hospital, and my father was, and you're like, "Oh, my father was in there watching it from there," and that's why that movie will always be one of my favorites, just because technically my father was in it. He just couldn't see him. He was just in the hospital, right, watching him. But let me know what you thought of this movie. I liked it. All right, and I will do more reviews in the future. Peace out, my fellow YouTubers.